All right, hello again. Just wanted to do another quick video because I got a lot of questions about setup and things like that from the last one. So real quick, just wanted to go over a few things. So if you bought from Nurecover, again, as I mentioned in that last video, don't really support the company. I just happened to get a couple products from them. Had shipping issues each time, some things that weren't shipped correctly, missing parts, missing pumps, missing connectors, faulty connectors, things like that. So that was covered in my last video, but I got a lot of questions about setup and links and things like that. One of the most recent questions I was asked is about setting the temperature. I mean, honestly, you just hit the button that says set. It'll show your current temperature and hit set, and then adjust the up and down arrows to your desired temperature. Let go. It'll go back to what the current temperature of the water is that's being pumped through, and then you can you should be able to hear the compressor kick on in just a minute to start chilling. If you don't hear that, that's a problem, unless the water is already at your temp. So there's that. On top here, we got these little, they look like the same spouts you would see on like a watering can. Those came with your Nurecover chiller. You want to go ahead and put those on this section here. Secure your tubing with the hose clamps. I recommend the flathead hose clamps so you don't strip anything out. The last video I didn't have any insulation on the tubing. This one I do. It's helped a little bit, but you know, basically all that does is give the condensation a channel to go down. You can see the water there from the pump. That's condensation that's being collected from the tubing and running down and collecting there. So no matter where you put this is in my garage here. So no matter where you put this, it's going to get some condensation. So don't use it, you know, if you have an apartment or something like that, or planning on setting it up inside, unless you have like tile or rock or something like that you don't mind getting wet. Would certainly not recommend this on hardwood or carpet or anything that's susceptible to water damage. So as far as setup, the connectors that you're going to want to use is the 1/2 inch male to 1/2 inch male for your inlets and outlets. I would go ahead and put this section and this section on separately before you hook your hose up to it. That way you don't get your hose all twisted up and bent up. That's another thing. Once you get this set up, and if you have too much hose or too much tubing, you know, and it's prone to kink and cause issues like that, so that's gonna make your pump work harder than it needs to. You know, if you ordered from Nurecover and you actually got a pump with it, which I didn't, my pump didn't come till weeks after, long story, but you're gonna want to throw that pump away because it's garbage. Go ahead and go out and get yourself the Aqua 400, which I mentioned in my last video. This is a submersible pump, but it can be used as an inline pump. Originally this had a gray component on the front. You just have to take that off, and there's another fitting inside that you remove. You will need to buy a bag of the 1/2 inch male thread to the 5/8 barb connectors to get this to work properly with the tubing. Otherwise you're going to have some issues. The filter that came with the Nurecover system does its job okay. However, I have noticed that it needs frequent cleaning. If you start to hear your pump getting louder or rattling, odds are good that it's time to go ahead and clean that pump, or I'm sorry, to clean that filter out. I went ahead and got another one of these that I'm going to eventually attach in this section here, just to, you know, help me buy a little bit more time in between cleanings, and also help get some of the bigger stuff out before it makes its way to the micron filter. As I mentioned before, this is a hose filter, so you know, when you do change your water out in the pod, you're going to use that to refill it, just to get as much as you can as far as contaminants out. I keep a bucket here for when I need to change the filter. Just unscrews. I can just set everything in that little bucket. That catches all the water and minimizes spills. You can see some condensation on top of here. Again, no matter what you do, you're going to get some condensation. I've got some cleaning supplies here, rags for spills and things like that. Some of the connectors I was mentioning, some thread tape, you're definitely going to want to get some of that. I use the Clorox all-in-one spa sanitizer, and I will sometimes, when I drain the tank out in between filling, I will use the hydrogen peroxide, food grade hydrogen peroxide, to clean out the pod before refilling. So there's all that fun stuff. Keep the flathead screwdriver in there as well. So yeah, hope this answers some questions. Hope I'm not missing anything here, but you know, as you can see, things are running as they should. Water's clear. You will also want to get yourself a little skimmer as well, because you know, I've got this, you know, gym flooring here along with my Nurecover sauna. I do contrast therapy, seems to help, but you're going to want to get something between your feet in the tank, otherwise, you know, you will inevitably track some stuff into the tank. So I hope that covers some questions, guys. Again, the GFCI cable you see back there, definitely want to get that as well. Huge thing for safety when you're dealing with, you know, you're setting in water and relying on something that uses electricity to do its job. Very smart thing to have. So first things first is to go out and get yourself that GFCI cable to hook up your chiller and your pump, and a small fan will help keep the condensation down to a minimum as well. I turned mine off because, you know, I wanted to do this video, but again, you know, if you've ordered from Nurecover, I'm sure you're having issues. So doing my best to help people out the best I can. So thanks, guys.